I had had enough.
Well, you drove out there into the middle of nowhere and had some sort of loud verbal display challenging ET in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was waving the gun in the air, okay, and I had this fit. And at this moment, I said, okay.
All right. Apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. That is a leftover music from one of the other shows who have not learned how to turn it off when it's not in use. Y'all want to go spank him? That was Sean Kelly. I'll go get on his butt. Tear him up next time y'all see him. We want to hear some lovely music. Hey, Heidi.
Are we happening?
Yeah, we're on. They're playing.
I don't hear or see anything.
No, it's feeling like hell, Heidi. Okay, don't be Chris me and send me out yet, people. We still got a couple of days left to go. What do we got? 20. Ooh, we got under 20 days, 19 days to that happy Christmas that we all love to see. We're going to play one more song because this wasn't playing as quiet. It didn't go out to everybody like it should have. Well, about half the other. It's been one of those weird days. During the holidays, life gets a little bit on the strange side for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why it does. It just does. But we'll be right back.
Can you hear me? I have been so good this year, and all I want is one thing. Tell me my true love is near. It's all I want, just for me. Underneath my Christmas tree, I'll be waiting here. Santa, that's my only wish this year. Oh, Santa, can you hear me? Oh, Santa. Well, here's all I want, just for me. Underneath my Christmas tree, I'll be waiting here. Santa.
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since there's no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of possibly, and I bought some corn for Poppy. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Enough of all of that crap. Let's get over
La
here.
la 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 la. Let's like have some.
That's enough. Fiona! Sorry, I didn't scream at you. Sorry to the audience out there if I just screamed in all y'all's ears, screaming at my burglar alarm who doesn't want to behave because we just got groceries delivered. And these Christmas songs are going to drive me crazy, people. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. John, how you been?
Well, I've been pretty good. We did a Christmas parade last weekend. So,
Yes, it looked good too.
yeah, it was definitely a lot of plus randomness going on there. We had hundreds of celebrities in our building, and one of the best moments when we had the LA sheriff and the LA County sheriff. We got the biggest sheriff's department in the United States. It has over 10,000 members in the sheriff's office. So he's the top dog on that. And then we had the LA County fire chief, and then the LA City fire chief, who just came on post like 2 weeks before.
What, baby? Damn, why don't you do that and just not put it on the porch?
You're muted.
Sorry about that, guys. I seen y'all all dressed up in a couple of different places, all posing and things. Yeah, I seen them. They was out there posing, people. They were Vogue, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So we attended the press conference last Monday, and then it was the parade, which was just crazy. You know, it was just like so. There's like over 5,000 participants, so there's so many moving parts on it with the red carpet and the floats and the bands and the running the making sure everybody inside the building, because all the pretty cars are up on the roof and they drive down our parking structure and they go to the 4th floor, and that's where they load in all the celebrities. They drive down onto the street, but on the red carpet itself, on the media red carpet, there was over 200 people there, which was just amazing. That was the most we've had. It was just jam packed with media. And then the big red carpet, which is like 50 feet wide and like, I think 300 feet long, which is on Hollywood Boulevard. That's where the hosts are from their stage, interviewing everybody, and they have the grandstands behind them. So it was pretty spectacular night. And when I spoke to the sheriff afterwards, he said it looked like there was 3 times the people this year than there were last year. He said it was just packed the whole route. It's a 3.2 mile route down Hollywood Boulevard up to Vine and then back up Sunset Boulevard. So it's 3 major, very famous streets in Hollywood, and that's where the parade takes place. So it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's always fun. I mean, it's always nice to see. I've seen a good crowd out there. We had clicked over somewhere. I was watching. I don't know if it was live or if it was in a rerun. We had caught it, but we were watching it. Was it Sunday night? I think it was on one of the shows we were watching it, actually. Somebody had clicked over and put it up on the screen for a minute and put it back down. I don't know. And then
the show itself, the show itself broadcasts on 12 December on the CW. They're making a 2-hour special with music and the parade and stuff like that. So
it just tells me Goofball had the wrong parade, is all that tells me. He must be putting in Miami parade up there. James, I don't know. I think it was Sean kept popping them up there. Yeah, he kept popping it up there, and they were, but I should have known when I didn't see a lot of palm. Well, no, see, that means it wasn't Miami either, because one thing LA and Miami's got encounters. They got a buttload of palm trees. They got a lot of palm trees. Miami probably has more, but LA's got a lot of palm trees.
Yeah. But you would have seen on ours from the TV it may have been from somebody else, because there's a lot of media covering it. But in the background to our shot, you have the bleachers, then you've got Hollywood Highland, where you've got then the Chinese theater. You see that in the background, and then the entrance up the stairs that they always have the Oscars with. So that's what you see in the background on the Hollywood Christmas Parade broadcast.
Yeah, because Steve kept asking, "Are we going to see John and Emily?" I said, "I don't think they're riding." So
no,
I said
we were going crazy. I tried to get out there and do some red carpet myself, but I never even got close to it. I was just, you got an hour and a half with everybody you need to see and make sure they're being taken care of, because I said the sheriff and both city and county fire chiefs, hosting them, making sure they're good. And then also I invited the Villaraigosa. He was the mayor before 2 mayors ago, and Antonio Villaraigosa, he's running for governor of California. And I liked him because he was a straight shooter. He's really open to all religions and all nationalities. He's like, he's pretty cool.
He must be the one
governor.
Well, somebody bought a big old billboard down there with Governor Newsom's face on it, and all of his, we'll just say, all of his minus achievements. I don't want to get into it, people, because it's a political show. If you see it, you'll see it, John. It's floating around. But somewhere in LA, he bought a big one. He said he's going to buy another big one somewhere else. I never did see the name of the individual who was buying it, but on my Facebook page, it's up there. I posted it today.
Okay, good.
I posted so people could pick it up. Gene, Lord, Gene, I hear all these horror stories about LA. I really do, but I go to LA. I travel all around LA. I've been going to LA since I was in the Navy, and I'm old. So that's many, many years. I've been to LA 20 to 30 times at least. I've been out there 7 times with John and them, and I got to be honest with you. And me and Chris, I'm sure we're in places we shouldn't have been, and still, hardly bothered us. Don't get me wrong, we big, ugly looking guys, but still, I don't, I understand all cities have problems, guys. I'm from New Orleans. Trust me, when I tell you all cities have problems, I'm not lying to you. But you got to work with it. And you got to know what the good stuff is. John and Emily live in LA. That's enough reason for me to go out there as it is.
Yeah, well, I won't let her walk out by herself. There's just
I don't blame you on that.
There's basic rules that we follow that, we don't. Nobody travels alone. Always in groups, and it's you've got it's just there's crazy people. There's just really crazy people, and,
there are crazy people out there. They are,
and a lot of people feel very entitled, and it's just it's not my mindset. It's not my.
Oh, Jeff, that's what you're looking at. It's
Merry Christmas.
It's a stupid thing.
There he is.
But my older daughters get mad if I don't wear them. So don't ask. We're not going there. No, I mean LA is it's an interesting city. I'm sure it's going to have its issues over the years. If we get rid of the fish girl, we might see some better progress there. Jeffrey, don't ask me who the fish girl is. Go look it up. That's all I can tell you. It's there's
not a whole lot of love there for that one from businessmen. At least on but anyway, this is
it's been really pretty though.
But we started the parade back in 2008 when we released Stories from the Golden Age, which you've listened to a lot of them. And if you're a good boy, maybe Santa Claus will have you on the list then for a replacement iPad that you threw away. And,
hey, I'm not trying to organize. Look, John's giving me shit because I had a nice pad. I was enjoying this pad so much. Y'all don't even know. I listened to all kinds of stuff on this pad. And I even did a little bit of reading on it as well. And then one day, poof. It's like the box of popcorn. There wasn't nothing in it. It was gone. I don't know what happened.
There was no more box either.
No, there was no box. I had to go get a replacement, which the pad is okay, but the other stuff sucks. So Jesse, I know you're a fan of some of L. Ron Hubbard's work. So we've talked about it in the past. So they sell over at writersofthefuture.com.
Galaxypress.com.
Yeah, galaxypress.com. Sorry, I'm giving y'all where to go enroll. But if you go to galaxypress.com, you can they've got a pad with everything on it. And then they've got a thumb drive with a bunch of stuff on it. But there's different layers and different levels, different sizes as well you can buy. That's cool stuff. It really is.
Yeah.
It's well, it's a good Christmas present. I ain't giving nobody nothing for Christmas this year. All these biatches are on there on this year. I told them. Yeah, I'm going to Hawaii for Christmas. Y'all can forget it. I'm going to disappear. No, I'm just kidding. But you can get it. I mean, a lot of that stuff is really cool stuff. You can find it over there. And you just go through and go shopping. And there's more than just that there. There's all kind of writings. There's all kind of other stuff. You just got to take your time. Peruse through the site because it's a big site. There's a lot of stuff on it, and see what you want. Buy me something, people. Look, I spend a lot of time entertaining you people. You can buy me something. Yeah, you think I'm kidding you? I'm being serious, people.
Humble to boot. That's pretty good.
The hell with that humble stuff, but I could use a new laptop. I gave 2 of them away this year, which was dumb on my part. Well, I met this young lady, actually through John, or I shouldn't say through John, but through Writers of the Future, because she contacted me over that and she was talking to me about it. And we got to meet her. She's local, it's Mississippi, and she's trying to go to school. She's having all kind of problems. And I said, what can we do to help? And she was just saying, just people, just somebody to talk to, blah, 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 blah. And we found out she didn't have a laptop for school. So I gave her one of mine, which I don't have no low-end laptop. Sorry, guys. So she got a really nice 12-core laptop that God knows what she can do with. And she checks in with us every now and then. She's doing well. She's up in Oxford at Ole Miss, and she's doing really well. And we helped her get a phone set up and a couple other things, get some books. And it's not just me. There's other people involved. But still, if you can help, you can help. If you can't, you can. Hey, one of these days I might need the help. That's why I'm so nice.
So anyway, are there any parades there where you are? That you're going to any Christmas parades?
You know, they have boat Christmas parades down here. They have, so there'll be one. The one down in Biloxi is nice. It's big, long boat parade. Comes cruising through the water. Everybody can see it. And then I think they do another boat parade down in the bayou in Louisiana. They used to do a Christmas parade, but I don't think they do it anymore. I think Louisiana figured they had enough parades. And the boat parade's really nice though. They get out there, and the boat parades though. So when you go to Louisiana parades, even if it's a on ground parade, even if it's a Christmas or a weird parade, they're gonna always throw these doubloons out there that you can get food with. Yeah, some of them are Popeye, some are for other places, but so you might get like a 2-piece dinner or something like that. They don't throw any beads doing those kind of parades because that's not the kind of parades they are, but they're a lot of fun, a lot of hangout. I think the Biloxi Christmas parade is in 2 weeks. The past parade is about the one where I live is in about a week. And they'll do theirs, and it's like each one does their own down the coast. And it's weird here because there's, let's see, Bay St. Louis, Pass Christian, Long Beach, Gulfport, Biloxi, and Ocean Springs. Basically, it's one big city, is what it is. But they don't want to say that. No, they don't want to say that kind of stuff because then they'll lose some of their financing. But Biloxi is probably the biggest city on the coast here. And what cracks me up is when you go towards New Orleans, the two cities heading there, Waveland, Bay St. Louis, they're lucky if they got 18,000 people living between the two of them. It's a beautiful place to live, beautiful homes on the water, overlooking the water. Matter of fact, in the bay, the homes are built right up to the road, and the road's the water. So it's when you're sitting on your upstairs balcony, you're basically sitting in the water. That's what it looks like. And then boat parades come through there. It's kind of fun. And then they do all of these neighborhood decorations. Let's see who can have the prettiest house, who can decorate, especially like up in Diamond Head. They like to, I knew you were going to say that, James. I knew it. So yeah, there's a Diamond Head in Mississippi that stole the idea of Diamond Head from Hawaii. Yes, they did. And it's part of it's a very exclusive community. The other part of it wants to be part of the very exclusive community. That's the only way I can say it. But it's all Diamond Head. And it's all nice up there. I mean, people up there, nice. You can get a cheap home up there. The hardest parts of living in Diamond Head is I'm pretty sure they have HOA fees. So you'd have to pay those fees. But everybody else.
What's HOA?
Right? Yeah, home. That's the, HOA is like, it's just the fees that run the neighborhood. I forgot what they call themselves now. Home something authority, but it's a homeowners authority or something. But they do it in condos too. All the condos down here have HOA fees, and so you may buy your condo, and your condo note may be say like $1,000 a month. Your HOA fee might be $500 a month. Now, you may pay off your house in Diamond Head, and you're still going to be paying whatever your sales, whatever your tax is, plus you're going to be paying your HOA fees.
HOA just stands for Homeowners Association.
Association, and that's what they do. And they do them in condos. They do them in homes. We were looking at, matter of fact, my partner and I were looking at a place up there, a friend of mine, and it was only $40,000. We're like, what is wrong with this house for $40,000? We looked at it's pretty 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 3-bath, actually 2.5 bath. Nice double garage. I said, we'll buy this and we'll rent this out to somebody for $2,000 a month, right? So we get in there, the HOA fees are $1,400. Well, you can keep that. I mean, between your note, you're just gonna lose money. And I noticed some of the condos in Florida, the HOA fee will be the same as the note. The hell with that! I don't want to be paying this the rest of my life. That's just. But they also tell you that in the HOA fees that you're on the condos, your flood insurance is there, your wind and hail is there, your homeowners is there. So they cover all the insurances and stuff like that. But I'll be honest with you, John, I've worked with a lot of HOAs in my day being a contractor, and I don't like the idea that they cover my insurance. I would rather cover my own.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it don't always go the way you want it to go, people. So it's best to. Florida's beautiful, Jimmy. Yeah. I'd move there in a week if I could find the right place. I'm happy where I'm at. I live on the water, yeah. Actually, there's going to be a little mini. I'll have to film it for you. There's going to be a little mini Christmas parade. It's kiddie parade, and they got a bunch of little like kayaks and stuff. They're going to come through to buy you with little beads and with little floats and stuff. Yeah, Christmas decorations and things. It's going to be retarded, but it'll still be cute. It'll pass right in my backyard.
So we're coming to Christmas now. We're in the final stretch. So you're well known for being a major contributor of books to various individuals, associations, schools, libraries. So what's your game plan this year?
I've always started giving books away. Matter of fact, that's part of the deal when I was going up to speak in Mississippi. Part of the deal was I was going to pick up about 800 books from them. Now they're how did she say it? Slightly used. They're books they're taken out of their library and replacing with other stuff. Now, none of these are books that you learn in, people. It's not like it's mathematics or reading. These are all stories. And some of these stories, matter of fact, one of the books she told me was about 80 years old. A couple of the other books were 20 and 30 years old. No, they're in good shape. They look good. But we tell people when we give those kind of books away, we let you know it's a used book coming. It's, we usually will mention the story and then people want that particular story. Well, they got one in there. It's a witch's book from 1784. Yes. No, I don't think it's actually from 17. I think the original book it's copied exactly. Stains and all. And it's even in the red binder, hardback binder. The book's only this big. But she said they picked it up around the turn of the century, so she's not sure how old it actually is. But they're giving that one to us too, so we're going to give that away. That book might actually be worth something, people. I don't know. Yeah, but we're going to give that away. We're going to give a couple other away. We got some medallions we're giving away this year. We'll be giving away a few lightsabers this year. We're going to be giving away. I wish Jericho would come back to the States, man. I'd like to spend some time with him. He is crazier than I am. Shit, he's crazier than Chris. Jericho owns a company that gives us these. I met him at one year he was up with John and them at Salt Lake City, and since then he said he's not been coming back. He said it's been too expensive. He said it's not the travel expenses, it's the shipping expenses. He said they want to just rape him on shipping lightsabers. He said, if I ship one, it's okay. If I want to ship like a couple of boxes full, he said they want $5, $6, $7 grand. He's like, he said I can't do that. I just lose money on that. I'm thinking at $1,000 lightsaber.
That doesn't make sense. That'd be. I don't understand why they're so expensive to ship, because they're not that heavy.
No, they're not. It's nothing in them that's on the list. Well, maybe some aluminum, but nothing else is on the list. I mean, I can understand if you're on like coffee. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to bitch about this for a second. I went and bought me a thing of coffee today. Black silk, Folgers, nothing special coffee. $23 a freaking thing. I was like, what? That's like, sweetheart, what do I get with this? Do I get something else with this coffee? What's going on here? It's in reference, last year I was paying $16 for this coffee. Yes, and I was paying $7 for the 16-ounce version of it. It's but I will say this, it is Christmas time, and I have noticed a lot of things have come down in price. Gasoline is down a full dollar. We're going to be below $2. I noticed a bunch of other things are below. So, when you shop at certain grocery stores, and we shop at 3 different grocery stores because we like to have things delivered. So it's Walmart, it's Claiborne Hill, and it's I can't remember the damn name of it right now, but we shop at the 3 different. No, we shop at Walmart only for paper stuff. Jimmy, you don't buy no meat from Walmart. I'm just telling you. But anyway, we stop there for paper stuff. Claiborne Hill is where we get all our beef from. It's always cheaper. It's always better. It's local. It's great. It's good food. And that's the only way we can really do it. If we were to shop at just one store, we'd spend an extra $200 or $300 every time we bought groceries.
Costco's got pretty good prices too. Yeah.
So, but I mean, like right now, if you go to Claiborne Hill, so if you go to Walmart and you want ground meat, it's $7.23. You go to Claiborne Hill, it's $5.20, and it's local ground beef. It comes from Black Angus beef, so you know what you're getting. And they're giving all kinds, and like everybody down here right now was giving away turkeys for Thanksgiving. A lot of stores, if you spent more than $50, they gave you a turkey. Some of the stores, if you spent $100, they gave you a turkey. They're doing it again for Christmas because they know people are having a hard time.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to see. It's nice to see people this year kind of getting a little bit of Christmas spirit. And then we talked with Carol Sue is our liaison between us and Books A Million, not Books A Million, the other one,
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah. And they're supposed to be shipping us over about 300 books. Them and Books A Million, when we get books from them are generally books that they got a lot of and they sold in the beginning, but then they quit selling. So then we give those away. And usually she'll send some special books, just like one-of-a-kind books. Last year she sent me a freaking cooking book. It was this thick. It was as thick as Battlefield Earth back here, man. I'm thinking, how many recipes are in this book? I was like, I got the flipping through. Guess what, guys? It's on my shelf in the front. I'm not giving it away. There's too many recipes.
Do you have any of our books left, or do we
I have one box. I have one box from 2 years ago. No, I got two. I found. Get this. So I'm digging through the house. Well, you know, Linda likes to move stuff around and clean and move stuff around, right? So I'm digging around. I'm looking for something else. And I go behind my bed, and there's two boxes back there. I'm like, well, what are these? So I slide them out. It was one box of your books and somebody else's. And then I found the same thing in my front bedroom. There was one box of your books and one box of somebody else's. But I mean, there's not. I can't see it from here. They're already back here, though. I forgot how many books are in that case. I have to look and see. You probably know better than I do, but there was a. Are
they write the future books, or are they?
Yeah, they're right as this size right here.
Yeah, there's normally like 8 per box.
Yeah.
So
because we gave away like 200. It was 30. I think it was 36 and 39, or I know we gave away a lot of them. People were happy, and then people started begging me, "Can't you give me 2? Can't you give me 2? Can't you give me 2?" And I was like, I said, "No, it costs too much to ship 2." And then we gave away a couple of 4-packs. It was book. I hate these last numbers. I want to find mine. Which one is it? Come here, book. Yeah, book 35. That's what it was.
Oh, good. So do you have any of those that we can still give away?
I got 1 case of those and 1 case of the other one. So I'm gonna give them away. One is, I think it must have been 35 and 36. Anyway, you sent me 2 mixed cases a while back, or not? They weren't mixed together; they were all separate. But
Well, can we do a giveaway right now?
we can give away. What is that over there? Can I give that away? Hold on, let me make sure I haven't given that Battlefield Earth away. We'll give 2 books away. Let me look right quick. Click. Sorry, guys. I want to make sure I'm not giving somebody's book away. 1, 2, 3. Sent. Waiting. Sent. Waiting. We're good. Okay. I don't know where that extra book came from. So you can't hand nothing up here, people. And now I'm not giving away because it's gotten kind of rough looking. It's been read a few times by different people. And you can see the little corners of it and stuff. So that's just going to stay there. But this one in that 36 was meant for somebody. I just looked. But they changed their minds. We got 1 Battlefield Earth, 136, 135. We can send them out together, or we can give them away separate. What do y'all think, audience? Yeah, I know y'all both want them together because y'all greedy people out there Christmas time. I know.
Well, if it's Christmas time, then they can you get 2 people to get a book. That's going to be, unless it costs too much money for you to ship it out, but 2 people getting a book would be double the pleasure.
Yeah, so we're going to give these 2 away. And then I think I can't see what the other one is over there. I'll have to get up when we go to break. I'll have to get up and see what that other one was. Well, we got a guest join us in the second hour. So if you can tell me who John's wife is, I will give you Battlefield Earth and Writers of the Future, book 35. 5th person who can tell me who John's wife is. I'm looking at my emails.
I can tell you. I know. I
Yeah,
know.
you can. You got the books anyway. You don't need cheater. No. What do you mean she don't have the same last name as he does? Yeah, he does. How do you have her email? And who are you if you've got her email with that name? Then that means you just know her. So that you just disqualified yourself. So how'd you go? I don't know who you are. I mean, you done disqualified yourself. Hey, life's a bitch sometimes. What can I tell you?
Who was that?
Jan Singh. I need a red pen that works. Yeah. It said Jan Singh Ling. Jan Jansaing Ling ING. I heard she only eats Chinese food. She don't make friends with Chinese food. Because that ain't your real name. See, don't F with me. I know. Don't play with me. I know how this works. You only make friends with anybody. She loves everybody. Unless you're aggravated, and then she's gonna punch you in the head. Come on, people. I got 4. Well, the 5th one's not right, so the next one. Come on, y'all slow. You're a host in the station. You know you can't do that. You disqualify. How did I know you was a host? Because your damn header says your name on it, doofus. No, really, your header says your name on it. Just go buy one, cheapskate. Come on, who we got here? Let's see.
I mean, it's amazing how Battlefield Earth still keeps on getting such amazing reviews, and we get articles constantly on the book. It's so cool.
Because when you read a book, the book's a good book when you're reading through it.
Yeah.
I mean, we all got our different opinions on the movie, but the book itself is a good book. Dean, actually, yeah. Dean, I would like to see him take this book and at least make it 6 hours. Personally, I think it should be 3 books. I think it should be the start of everything, right up till he starts learning. And when he starts learning, it should be another book. And then all of that, which would make a boring movie, I agree with you. But all of that, and then the last movie where they take over everything. Because it could be much more detailed. They were rushed you could tell they were rushed. Well, it's hard. Man, it's hard to cram that into one movie. Let's just be honest about it.
Yeah.
That's like Dune.
It was the first half, yeah. So, I mean, Dune, the first 2 iterations of Dune, I didn't like at all.
No, you need, because Dune's too big of a book to do it. Well, that's what I'm saying, John. So if they would do it in like they're doing with Dune, Dune's now going to be in 3 books or 3
movies. Yeah.
The other one's coming out now, I think, or it's real soon.
It comes out next year, yeah.
So, so that's how this one should be. It's not up to us. It's not up to John. John can't tell him to make it into 3 books. No, Elron. Well, if Elron Helbert tells me, they're going to turn it into 3 books because he's dead, man. He comes down. You will turn my book into 3 books. I guarantee. Don't count. You can't do that. It's up to Hollywood.
Exactly.
It's up to Hollywood. It's not up to any of us. You know, books still selling books. Oh, Ronnie, you're talking about no, we don't give those away anymore. Yeah, we used to a long time ago. Yeah, we used to give those coasters and pins and stuff like that. Yeah, we don't do that anymore. But anyway, let's see who's going to win here. Ronnie Morehouse. Ronnie Morehouse, where are you, mister? Well, I'm waiting on you to type to where you're at. Wait, we got to give you a little. Hold on, let's give you a little here.
While he's doing his thing there, so he won a volume. He won Mission, Battlefield Earth, and a race.
I'm gonna give them both to him. Yeah, since it's the holiday, I'm gonna give them both.
Wow, he scored.
Let's see. Where is this? There you go. There you go, Ron. Just for you, Ron. Wait, you want some more here? This is Ronnie. No, Ronnie, I don't hear you. Anyway, Send me over. Well, first tell me where you're at, and then send me over all your information. I just need your address, where it's going to. They won't fit into a PO box. I can tell you that now. No. If you, well, tell me now because I'll give them away to somebody else. It's just, no. Okay, you're cool. No, we're not going to give your address to anybody. Matter of fact, once I send it to you, I hate to say, I'm going to probably delete it. It's got to be in my thing. Oh, I see why you didn't want to give me your address, you commie. You commie, you. He's in New York. New York, lives in Brooklyn. You're a commie, dude. How's it feel to be a commie? Does it don't feel any different yet? Just give it to him. He's like, I didn't vote for him. I'm just kidding you, man. Nah, we'll see. We can wait and see how all that works out. You should always give everybody a chance, at least one chance. Yeah. Because people are doofuses. I don't like the guy not because of his religion. I've read some of his stuff he said in the past, and I just don't think he's a good leader for, us. But anyway, he's done down here. I don't care. That's your problem up there. Pretty soon I won't be able to send y'all books. They'll be banned. All right, that was wrong. I'm sorry.
All right. So anyway, this is the author's quill. We're talking about books and writing and 'tis the season and all that kind of stuff.
Well, we're gonna play a quick song while we wait on our guest. I will
Marie.
I will send her the link again just to make sure she's got it. And we'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes, guys. It's just Christmas music, so none of them songs are long. I don't like that song. Get off there. What commercials?
What's happening?
What is that we're listening to?
Let me take your hand. We can. Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and with love.
Okay.
All right.
Enough of that. I can take that for all night of Mariah Carey. I might go jump off a bridge somewhere. Oh, welcome back to Arthur's Quill, everybody. I'm not sure what that was, but anyway, I'm sure a lot of you like Mariah Carey. I'm not hating on her. Just, just as fans go, I'm not her biggest fan. How's that? Well, then everybody should be allowed to do what they want. Hey, Jenny, this is for you. Now, how'd you like that? How'd you like that? Got booed. Don't you feel like Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl? Well, I've hit our guest up again, so we'll have to wait and see what's up.
Oh, Marie hasn't come in yet?
I don't see her on the bottom of the queue line, no.
I'll call her and see what happened.
And I've sent her two. Jenny, how do you get a show on the network? You can write to me, and then I can write to Michelle. But if you can get hold of Michelle DeRoche, she handles all publishing on the network. I do own the network, but she handles new shows. Yes. The only show she don't handle is specific shows that I deal with for particular reasons, like John. There's one or two others I deal with on the network. She's a hands-on kind of girl. I should say hands-on kind of woman. She might smack me for saying the word girl. That's how it works.
Right now, Emily's in Las Vegas with Sarah. They're at the Wild Western Festival.
Oh, no. John lets these girls go down to the Wild Seth with the cowboys. Oh, Lord. I'm surprised.
Oh, Lord. She was wearing her sparkly boots this morning. She sent me a picture that she was. And I posted a thing on my Facebook page. We can see them at the booth. They're both in their red sparkling tops. And so my Facebook page is John Goodwin ASI is the Facebook page. So you can see them there. I think that's one of the top posts I've got in there.
Yeah, we got.
And, but we sell a bucket load of books there at that show. We'll sell upwards of 1,500 of the L. Ron Hubbard Westerns. We have like about 31, 32 Westerns that we sell. And it's just, they love them. They're great stories. And we had a great review from True West Magazine a few years ago. They said, if you like Louis L'Amour or Zane Grey, you'll love L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, I remember a friend of mine once told me, he said, country people never read. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, right? He's like, what do you mean? I said, they're stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Of course they read, idiot. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Absolutely, they read.
Sometimes you just got to wonder about when people say stuff like that. Let me see. Where is this? Where is the room at? Let me come back, find John for a second. And there's John. He's the big fancy button. What's that, Jimmy? No, I'm gonna I don't know why that came on like that. No, I'm going to put something on the screen in just a second. Yeah. I'll probably just hit the wrong button. That's all. Sometimes that happens when you're doing this kind of stuff.
Did she arrive yet?
I don't see her. I'll be back in just a second. We see the room. Nope, don't see her down there. But I do see these young ladies down there.
Yeah, there you go.
Troublemakers, man.
Yeah. Emily's got the long brownish hair, and Sarah's got the shorter dark brown hair. And they're doing, there we go. So they're doing really well. We have a lot of books, and all of our neighbors, everybody in the neighbors, they got guns. They got gun enthusiasts. This is the show here where it starts off at 8:30 in the morning, and they start off with the Star Spangled Banner. And you have to, it's straight God and country there, that show. And so that booth right next to them there, it's a special type of a cloth for deburring. So if you're out there, and you get cockleburrs and stuff on your horse or on your clothes, then this is a way to deburr it, or on your dogs. You can deburr it that way. And then next the other way, there's hunters, the guy that takes people out on hunting expeditions. So they've got all these rifles and stuff like that. And he's anxious to meet me. So he said, I'm going to go hunting with him. So, because he saw the photos of us visiting my brother in Idaho with shooting the AR and the rifles and stuff like that. And he said, I want to go hunting with him.
When you see these two, tell him Joe decided he's coming next year because they need a chaperone. Tell him come to chaperone. I ain't trusting these two, man. I'm watching y'all. These big smiles on their faces and stuff. Emily is a sweetheart. Sarah's the one on the. Well, if you're looking at the page, Sarah's the one on the right. She's married to Jason, who y'all don't know because he never comes on the screen. Actually, you know what? He is on a couple of photos. Go look on the UPRN site. Go look under WTO or WTF, I think it is, and it's Writers of the Future. Just go look, and he should be in there. I snuck a couple of him in there too. Yeah, he's redheaded. Yes, go look and see. He's a nice guy. And of course, the one on the left is the infamous, and I mean infamous, Emily Goodwin. Why do I call her infamous? Because she's bad, man. I know her bad side. No, I'm just teasing down. These two really and truly are workaholic sweethearts. I mean, when we're at the thing, how they can be as nice as they are is beyond me. Frankly, they have way more patience than I do. They're very nice, very sweet, and they go out of their way to help people, which is a rare thing these days, guys. I mean, let's be honest about it. How often do you see people going out of your way to help people? It's not as common as it used to be. When I was growing up as a kid, it seemed to be just the thing you did. During the holidays, you went and helped people. In today's world, it seems to be the thing you don't do. Which, I don't know, might just be me. I could just be a cranky old fart. What can I say? John's down there hiding.
No, here he is. No, I was just, Carmen's 2 for 2. He messed up that one too. So she said, no, I'm on in an hour. I said, no, we'll be over in an hour. So,
oh, you got the wrong time zone?
Yeah. So he gave her the wrong time. So,
Jesse, they both married. You get over yourself. It's, yeah, I know both their husbands. One's sitting right here. See this cute guy right here? That one belongs to this one. And this one belongs to Jason. So I was just saying, well, you're not listening? I'm taking them down. Y'all perverted people out in the world. What can I do? It's Carly, I won't be on the chat tonight. There's no way. Actually, I'll probably be sleeping during the chat. That's probably what I'll be doing. Just hanging out and sleeping. If I ever find out where my glasses are, I'll be happy because I hate these ugly black rim glasses. Wade, you can go. You know what? Let me get it for you. And I'll put it up there and I'll show you. Give me a second. Let me find. Here we go. Here we go. I will put it up there and I'll let John explain it to you, but I'll put it up there. Give me a second to grab it. Let's see.
What are you putting up?
GalaxyPress.com.
Okay. Yeah, because we got some great holiday specials happening too.
Now, let's see. Why does it keep giving me a bunk link? All right, computer.
GalaxyPress.com.
That's why. Okay, never mind. That's Joe's lovely spelling. I was like, why is it? I know this link by heart, man. What's going on here? And then it was giving me trouble. I'm like, what is this? And then I realized I was spelling it wrong. And the bad part, I wasn't spelling galaxy wrong, people. I added an extra E into press. Yeah, I don't. It was 2 E's in press. Don't ask me. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Frank. No, really, I don't. I have never been to Alaska, dude.
I have.
See, John has, but I haven't been.
Yeah, I've been to Ketchikan, Alaska, 2 or 3 times. That's actually Elvin Hubbard did his first expedition there for the Explorers Club, and he was also researching the developmental device for the Loran that was used by the Navy up until the mid '60s when they started using the going into the space, to be able to navigate. But he was there, and he was basically the coast of Washington and Alaska hadn't really been properly charted. So he was doing a thing there to chart it because several ships were hitting sandbars and coral reefs. And so he went there to properly chart it so that other vehicles, so that other boats and ships and stuff could safely navigate. And then he had problems with his ship. So he stayed there for, I don't know, a couple of months or so. But he was one of the books that we have in our Stories from the Golden Age, the Cheechako, was written based upon his trip up there in Ketchikan. But anyway, so this is our website, galaxypress.com. That's our holiday page that we have up there now. So holiday catalog.
Let's go bloop. Let's see where it takes us. Yeah, Joe, you can just go there and buy some. Well, there are books you can find at other places, but some of the stuff we're looking at here, you'll have to get here. Get unique offer. Y'all got to go click on the website to find out what that is. It's where the hell is this? I love when computers like to take me to other places. Okay, where the hell are we at now? This don't look like anything I've seen. All right, let's try this again. What, Jimmy? No, I haven't seen Sarah. Kara in lately. I don't know where she's been hiding that now. No, I don't know where she hides. That's your business. All right, what's going on here, website? You give me trouble for no reason. All right, there we go.
There you go. That's our holiday catalog. This is a digital of it. We had, I think this was illustrated by Echo. She's the one that did the painting for that.
Echo Chernoko.
Yeah, Echo Chernoko. She's an amazing artist.
Yeah, she is. She's an amazing artist. I'm just looking at stuff, people.
Yeah. So we got lots of great gifts and stuff. We got holiday specials, which are on right now. You can get books at a discount, but we've got some amazing, all of our audiobooks and all of our pulp fiction books. And then the one you're talking about there that you said was on a flash drive, that's that audiobook on the USB.
Now, I have this one right here, people, but I don't know if y'all going to get it or not. Even though it's downloaded to my computer now, I still don't know if you're going to get it or not. It's up in the air kind of thing. Maybe close to Christmas. Who knows?
Well, it's okay for people to buy it, too.
Yes, you can go buy it. It's not real expensive or anything.
No. And the last book we just released for Writers of the Future there is Writers of the Future Volume 41. And we just got another award for it a few weeks ago as the best anthology. So it's gotten 2 best anthology awards so far, book awards. And then let's see, we've got.
Let's see, this is what John and I would. Is this what we were talking about earlier?
Yeah. We made a new case for it.
Yeah. They get the fancy kids. See how it is? I just get kicked to the curb. Kicked to the curb, I swear.
Joe.
Y'all need to go get this thing is all I can tell y'all. Let me hold on. We'll go shopping. John asked us to go shopping, so let's go shopping. No, not this time. Anyway. So here we go, guys. See, nice prices. See this? $50 to $1,000. I'm sure these other ones cost more somewhere. Well, no, there's all kind of stuff you can get in here. Basically, you're picking what's going on the pad. Not really, but we'll lie to you. I'm sorry. I'll behave myself. It's no, see, look, it's this overview, all this good stuff, yummy tummy stuff. Look at this. 25 to 41. That's a lot of reading, people. That's a lot. No, look over here, 153. Most of y'all be reading for the next 10 years at the rate y'all read. Now, some of the speed readers might be different. No, some of this is an audiobook. Yes. There's I can't remember how many were audiobooks. There was quite a few though. And I listened to a lot of them. Well, they did some of his other stories in audiobooks. Everyone heard some of his other stories.
Yeah.
They had an audiobook and I like the audiobooks. What can I say?
Yeah.
So far, I haven't got
the last 3 or 4 Rise of Feature books are also as audiobooks.
And I gotta be honest with y'all guys, I haven't got an audiobook from these guys yet that I didn't like. So what can I tell y'all? It's this little thing. Don't slide. Damn, I was hoping it slid. Here they are. Look how pretty they are. Look, I want y'all to go buy this one and send it to me. Jesse, you on my bad list, Jesse. You on Santa's bad list. You need to be sending me this. Well, no. It's not just all what's on it. There's sizes. There's differences. You're a goofball. There's different sizes. Yeah. So we looked at this one first, and they used to have a phone or a phone version. It looked like a phone. It wasn't a phone, but
yeah. Well, they used the small one. They stopped making the small ones.
Yeah, I don't. It's probably a good idea, really. It's these are better. If you want me, I recommend you get this one right here. Yeah,
that's the big one. There's 2 sizes. That's the big iPad, and the other one's a smaller iPad.
I mean, this is the full out iPad. iPad itself is loaded, and then it's loaded with all this stuff. Look at this guy.
Yeah, book and audio.
Yeah, 118 ebooks, 440 stories, 80 stories from the golden age. I will be reading till your head falls off. It's no, I just scratched the surface of it when I lost it. Yeah. As best I can tell, it got stolen at one of the rental car places, even though he gave me another pad. He never gave me what he was supposed to. And I can't be 100% sure that's where it went. Well, Jonathan went down for a weekend. I was doing a lot of traveling that weekend. I'd given 2 lectures. I went and caught up with them. I had rented the car because Jonathan had stuff and it wasn't going to fit in my car. I got a little car. Well, I don't have no car, but I used to have. Y'all could buy me a car if y'all want to, people.
Joe.
Yeah, I'm y'all's favorite host. You can buy me a car too. It's a get together with some of the hosts, some of the guys from the other show. What's that, Janine? Yeah. I don't know what I was telling this to John the other day. I really, for the last year, I've been thinking of what I want. But I've become one of them. What do they call them? The ones that run around at Uber all the time. It's kind of scary. Yeah, do all my shopping online, have it sent to my house, take Uber anywhere I want to go, or my daughter brings me. I don't know. Yeah, it's like something's taking over or something. I would personally get this one. This is the one I would get if I was y'all. But
yeah, what's great about these audiobooks too? They've all won various awards. Not all, but most of them have won an award from the Audiobook Association, and the Battlefield Earth won the Audio Award, which is the top honor for the audiobook industry. So we've got lots of awards for them. They're great. They're like radio theater. So we had all the actors were in a studio together reading. So it's so alive, because they're not like individually doing their parts and then it gets mixed by an editor afterwards. It's actually they're all recording it together, and they had so much fun, which you can hear. So
okay, Ronnie, you're not just paying for the pad, you're paying for all the stuff in the pad. Actually, you're getting a good deal because
Well, you're getting the pad for free. You're getting the iPad for free.
That's what I was going to say, because I mean, iPads aren't cheap to start off with.
No, so you get all the books and the audiobooks, but the iPad comes for what you get there is free.
Yeah, trust me, if you go calculate everything that's on it, you get a serious value.
Yeah,
you know,
there's a lot of books. Hubbard was very, very prolific, and he wrote all these different genres. So you've got mystery, Western, science fiction, fantasy, suspense, thriller, military fiction. He did a lot of stuff in military because he was in the Navy and he was in the Marine Corps Reserves. So there's a lot of great stuff on that. And so it's just very, very fun reading. What's really good about his stories too is that they're good for middle school on up. There's no profanity and there's no, and everything except for Mission Earth. Mission Earth is different. They got bleeps there instead of profanity.
Yeah.
But there's no profanity. And these stories from Golden Age, they're all like PG-13. But they're a lot of fun, very high interest, high action stories.
You know, Mark, I may have one of these still. I thought I remember one being returned one time because the address wasn't correct. And for some reason, the person didn't want to give us their real address for whatever reasons. I'll check and see. We may have gave it away since that was a while back. So stuff like this kind of stuff don't stay in the station for long. It goes out pretty fast. Well, during the holidays, and I know somebody said they were going to donate some 4 or 5 iPhone 16s.
Wow.
And then I know Jimmy said they were going to donate 3 S17s. Well, no, guys, it's just stuff we give away for the holidays. What do you mean? I'm going to keep? No, I don't want to. I go back and forth on iPhone. Right now, they're in the gutter for me. Now, give them a year or 2 or 3. They might be back in good graces with me. Well,
let me know how I can enter. I'll enter that contest. I've only got a 14, and
I know, huh? The 17s are here nice. They're all AI and everything, and I don't know, Dean. It's harder on me because we do so much interactive stuff, and iPhone is proprietary in a lot of stuff, so we can't use it for some of the stuff we do on the station. Now, last time I had talked with Christopher Housing, or I'm sorry, what's his last name? Anyway, they had told me that it's part of their upsale department. He said that they thought they were changing a lot of that on this one, that they would start allowing other programs on their phones. We'll see. One thing at a time. Well, because iPhone charges for stuff, and Droid usually doesn't. And iPhone likes to charge you weekly. Droid never charges you weekly. They might charge you monthly, but they never charge you weekly. It's just a difference. iPhone has a majority. I mean,
I don't have any of those weekly apps.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't kidding. Well, I didn't on my other phone. I don't have one now, but no. We're just scrolling through. See, staff pick. Maliva. She's evil, y'all. Shh. I can't say that real loud. She might hear me. Well, you can't get this one. See, she's at
the professor was a thief. There you go.
It's this will look good.
It's science fiction. It's
What's it? Well, that's the page we're on, Jess. You can just go over there.
That one in the middle there, that's the one that's that was just recently hit #1 in a few different categories on Amazon. The one with you see the guy with the
we had a few of them, guys. I don't think we got any left. I think we gave the other one away the other day.
That was an amazing book. That one I'm going this next weekend. I'm flying actually to Vegas and then driving on next Sunday morning to Scottsdale, Arizona. We're receiving a presentation from True West magazine for this book for the 90th anniversary of Buxton Brigades. It wasn't the first book that portrayed the Native American as the good guys, but at a time when it was written in the 30s, it was a time when Hollywood had made then the Native American as the bad guy. They were the evil villains of the plains, and so what Hubbard did reversed that trend that Hollywood was trying to do and made the settlers or the fur traders were the bad guys. They are the ones who were just coming in and raping the area, the nature and stuff, so they could get their furs and send them back to England to make the various hats, the beaver hats.
Don't get them natives started, man. I hear every day about it's our land, get off our land. And so we'll go buy a gun.
That's not what this is about. This is just about, just what they were trying to do there is explaining, giving their perspective of what was happening, which made sense. It's not
it does make sense.
Yeah. It's just,
and not everybody was evil back then, but it's not how it was written through the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. But
and then depending upon where you're living at whatever given time, then it's like, okay, everybody now needs to make restitutions to the blacks and to the Indians and stuff. It's like, come on, give me a break.
Stephanie, I don't know when they're going to make Mission Earth available on audio.
Yeah,
it's really good. I don't know, but it's really good. I wish they would.
Yeah, we're hoping for 2026. What's happening is like
the overall
strategy on it is Dianetics is getting a lot of push right now. The book, this nonfiction book, Dianetics, and so when that gets up to speed, then with the amount of recognition of the author there, then we'll be able to get a lot more bang for our buck than with Mission Earth with that release. But right now, that's the big push right now, and then it comes out, then we'll have Mission Earth coming out.
I don't give these away, Jimmy, but I'll tell you what I have. No, I got to steal these every year. Y'all, John, sit right there, be quiet. Damn, people. So, I've got to be a good teacher. Y'all tell me. Let me see what we got here. Somebody was asking me about Elon's list. So I'll tell you what I got. Hold on, let me pick it and stuff. I've got letters and journals, which is really good, by the way.
Yeah.
I've got popular fiction. Hold on. Let's set them over there. I've got this one. This one, what is this one? Master Storyteller. So it says on the cover. Oh, it's got a cover on it. Okay.
Now, Master Storyteller covers all of his fiction, all the different genres that he wrote in, and plus various artists and other people that worked with him. Yeah, that's a coffee table book we created in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Now, this is the big one. This is the picture book. Right here. It's big thing, y'all.
Yeah.
But that's going in there because y'all already knew I had that. So let's see what else we got. We've got Adventure Exploring Daring Deeds in Unknown Realms. This is actually a very interesting book. That right there. And then we've got Articles and Essays. There's some good stuff in this book, people, but y'all know how I am with my sleepy self. So, but you should go read. There's a lot of good material in there.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I like.
Now you're gonna have a guy also ringing in pretty soon, Joe Sidari. He's he'll be coming in the queue there to shortly to join us.
Okay, and wait, I got two of one book. No way. Letters and journals. How are we saying it? Yep. Okay, I got 2 of 1. Okay. Anyway, somehow I got 2 of 1, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 of those and the big picture book. I like to call it the big picture book. To lose some weight this year so I can smuggle out 3 of them damn things. It's what's that, Keith? No, John gives me books. Yeah, he gives them to me. It's just I've just been reading through them when I get time or late at night, or like right now I'm hurt so I can't do much. It gives me something to do. You ever heard don't judge a book by a cover? I'm just how I am. I don't judge anybody until I get to know the person, what they were.
Has Joe joined us yet?
I haven't seen him yet.
Okay.
Frank, if I was to judge everybody I know by their religion, I wouldn't have any friends, man. I just want to be honest with you. No, because most of my friends' religions I'm not real happy with. So I just wouldn't have any friends. Yes, I'm serious. I told y'all before, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. It's a different kind of thing. Yes, I like to go floating up with the little spirits in the sky and stuff, you know. No, I'm not smoking marijuana and floating it with the spirits in the sky. Who the hell wrote that? No, I enjoy it. I have I really enjoy reading. I just don't get as much time as I used to read, but I really enjoy it. But audiobooks make up for a lot of the slack. And like late last night, about 2:00 this morning, I had an audiobook playing in the background while I was trying to go to sleep. Yeah. Well, the thing about it is you got to pick your audiobooks. That's Carmen right there. Let's see what Carmen got to say. What's up, Ugly?
Did you send Joe Sidari the link yet?
Let me double check and I will let you know. Okay. Did we get an email yet? Let's go see. I don't see no red lights, but let's go positively find out. Jeremy, you're a sad person. Life can be hard. I'm not going to argue with you about that. It's not, okay, where's this email?
Well, while we're looking for Joe, I'll tell people also, we have at Writers of the Future, it's that writing competition and art competition. We have a free online writing workshop that we've had like 10,000 people take so far. It's really good. It's taught by Orson Scott Card, Tim Powers, Dave Wolverton, Kevin Anderson, Nadia Corfor, and Robert J. Sawyer. And they got videos all in different parts of writing stories and having a career in writing. And then there's about 10 essays by Warren Hubbard, which are the ones that are used in the writing workshop for the winners. So it's highly recommended if you want to get a leg up on writing, period. Take this course. It's free to enter, and you can go at your own speed. And if you need to go back and watch videos again or read out stuff again, there's no problem with that because you didn't pay anything to get into it. It's just the whole idea. Everything on that page, writersofthefuture.com, is free. And that was the whole reason that the contest was set up originally by Warren Hubbard in 1983 was to give a helping hand to the aspiring writer. And because of the success of the writing contest, the illustrating contest started a few years later. And so now we have both contests going that have been very, very successful. And we've got winners now from 52 countries. And this year, we just got, in this last quarter, which is just announcing the winners of the fourth quarter for year 42, we have a winner from China and a winner from Japan, as well as, a bunch of other places. But that's, we have winners from all over the place. So what the judges see when you submit your story or your art is just the story and the art. They have no idea of your name, your nationality, your ethnic. All they see is a number. So it's strictly by the quality of your art or the quality of your storytelling that you win. And then once we know what number, they say, okay, these are the winning numbers. Then we find out who the people are and where they're from. And then we have a winner from South Africa last quarter. So we're just from all over the place. And then we fly them into Hollywood next April. Joe comes out as well, where we give them a week-long workshop plus an amazing awards ceremony. They get drilled on how to do media. They get trained on how to have a career in writing or art. And it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing because these are all the cream of the crop. Because when you go to workshops and stuff, you normally will get a writer or an artist that teaches you for the week or so. But now this is the whole time period. And so I highly recommend that you come in and do the writing workshop. It's free. You go to writersofthefuture.com and it's enter writing workshop, and it's very easy to do. And then you can also enter the contest. And we have a guy here named Joe who did just that, and he's now in front of us as a result of that. Hello, Joe.
Hello, John. Hello, Joe. Boy,
hello, Joe.
Glad to make it tonight. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, sorry for all the confusion back and forth, but we're here now. So
yes,
this is great. So it's 20 degrees out there, huh?
Yes, we're putting up the Christmas lights outside, and it's getting a little dark, so it was about time to come in anyway. So that was good timing that way.
Yeah, that's good. And then it's we had another gal that was supposed to be on, but she's in the middle of a Montana blizzard where all the power's shut off, and there's no way to get any help or trucks out there to reset up the stuff because it's just such inclement weather happening right now. So
sure.
Anyway,
well, Thankfully, Massachusetts, it's not snowing. We are all set with electricity.
Yeah, it's getting kind of cold here in LA. It got down, I think, like 60 degrees. We had to pull out our parkas the other night.
I believe it. I believe it.
It's a standard California joke.
Yes.
Well, y'all get a little cold weather every once in a while down here.
Yeah.
We do every once in a while. We got 32 the other day for the coast. That's pretty cold. Unless it snows and then we get the teens, but that's once every 20 years. So what the hell?
Yeah.
Enjoy it while you can. Yeah, because you know.
That's right. No, you need thick blood to stay up in New England.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been up there once or twice. I'm from New Orleans, so that's where I'm at a lot of times. But I live on the Gulf Coast right now, so it's different. We'll just say that.
Sure.
I came from Tucson and Phoenix, Arizona, so it got down sometimes to 80 degrees.
Yeah. Well, before I was in Massachusetts, I was up in New Hampshire, and in that part of the world, we had snow. We had 3 feet of snow from October until April, and so this is more temperate, at least.
Yeah. One of my friends laughed his butt off. I was staying with him. We were way up north. You know, we were getting some of that lake effect snow. Next morning we got up, it was about chest deep. I said, well, as soon as it clears, I'm getting on the airplane. Like, what is it? I'm out of here, man. That's from the south. We don't like. And last year we got 1.5 feet of snow, which was very unusual. The matter of fact, the last 7 or 8 years, it's actually been quite a bit colder here. Everybody keeps telling me global warming, and I'm like, somebody needs to come tell the freaking weather down here. And it's getting global colder down here. I don't know what's going on, but it really has been. Even New Orleans, since Katrina, has seen a decrease in temperatures both in summer and winter, which is, we'll just say it's odd and leave it at that. It's great. So man, what got you to go to the website? You just heard about it, or somebody said go to that damn website?
So, I've been entering the contest for probably about 5 years now, and I had come across it, and it seemed like a great opportunity. I was fairly new to writing short stories at the time. So I'll give you my personal journey. I had started writing. I'd started writing maybe 12 years ago. I was in the middle of training for a triathlon, and I flipped my bike and broke my wrist.
Oh, joy.
And my biking days were behind me, and I said, well, I still have enough mobility to type, and I've had a lot of free time on my hands now. And so I started writing, something I'd always enjoyed doing. And I had started with writing novels, and I wrote one novel, which was not very good, and wrote another one, which was maybe a little bit better. And by the third one, I actually found an agent. So I was very happy about that. And her advice to me was, while you're waiting for your book to either sell or not sell, I don't know if you can hear, my dog is very excited about.
Don't worry, mine's been barking all day.
But she said, start writing short stories. And so I did. And as a way to kind of hone my chops, my writing chops. And so I started writing, and then looking for different venues to try and get that writing seen. I came across the Writers of the Future contest. And it seemed like an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
It is, really.
Now, how does being a physician fit in with all this?
Yeah, so it's a way to exercise a part of my brain that I don't use every day, the creative half of it. And it's the way I unwind, the way I kind of get enjoyment. But the other part of it is, day in, day out, I'm listening to people's stories. I'm hearing the stories about their health and how they got there, and putting together those stories. So kind of creating my own stories sort of flowed naturally from being a good listener to stories all day.
I get it. So are you a GP or what type of?
So I'm an ear, nose, and throat doctor. So if you still have your tonsils and you didn't see me when you were a kid, if you ever had sinus problems, allergy, ear issues, then you would have come to someone like me.
I get it. All right. So we had It's been probably
You'd
20
make a
years
fortune
now.
down here, by the way.
We had a doctor who won the Rise of the Future. This is when we were in Seattle, and I forget his name right now. But he tried becoming a writer when he was young, and he couldn't handle the stress and the issues of getting published and knowing that you can have a career with it. So I said, I couldn't handle that, so I became a doctor. And he was an emergency room doctor in Chicago, the late shift, the graveyard, which was like, that's where you get the craziest of all kinds of stuff happens that time in Chicago.
Right.
That's what he did. So I could tell he was a doctor with the story that he submitted, because he was too knowledgeable in certain parts of what he was describing there. So then when I met him, I said, yeah, I thought you were a doctor. But it's, we've definitely had doctors, as a change of pace, and it gives them a chance to flow the other direction.
Exactly. And I have written some medical short stories, kind of near future medicine or health issues or things surrounding, body and physiology. My story for Writers of the Future has nothing to do with any of that, though.
Yeah. So yourself now, so you have nothing published yet. You will be publishing volume 42, obviously, which is a magical year for science fiction.
Sure.
Because that's the answer to the life, universe, and everything, 42. So
exactly,
it's your answer to launching your career as an international best-selling author, because Rise of the Future Volume 42 will be a best-selling book, as they all are, and you'll have bestseller lists. And Volume 41 has just won its second gold medal for anthologies from book contests. So you can anticipate that as well, and you'll be doing lots of stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When I had my agent, we ended up that book never sold, and if it did, I would have pro'd out. And I've sold a couple of stories, but never to the point of the pro level. So a lot of them for copies, author copies or things like that, and still difficult to get published even without getting paid, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah, it's and this is when you come out to LA, you're also going to be getting a lot of education from authors that do the traditional as well as indie and self-published ways. And there's some of the authors that are just like adamant, traditional is the way to go. Just do traditional. That's like your Tim Powers, Orson Scott Card, Rob Sawyer. They're established authors, and they just want to write the books and turn it over, and then they just do the magic. Whereas you got others like Dean Wesley Smith, Kevin Anderson, they do their own publishing now. And by doing that, they get a higher percentage, but they realize too that you got to be willing to then do the promotion, marketing, and all that had as well. But then your percentages are way out the roof compared to what you get from a publisher. They also like being able to go through their own pace. So Kevin writes a lot. He publishes a lot. But a publisher will take a book a year, and it has to be a certain size, and this is what they have. So so you got to be willing then. Okay, so I want to do my own pace and my own size of books and stuff. That's what happened with Brandon Sanderson. He just he went on his own and created his own publisher, because he does these big books, and he does the frequency that he wants to do. So he can control the vertical and the horizontal. Whereas if you go to a traditional publishing line, you've got to follow their procedures.
Sure. Yeah, I've followed Brandon for a long time via his podcast, The Writing Excuses, which is wonderful. He hasn't been on it in a while, but a lot of his cohorts have, and it's been such a great learning opportunity, as has the online course that I took, Writers of the Future. Very, very helpful. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and we also have the Rise of the Future podcast too, which you will be on there at some point. People talking about their own journeys, because one thing that people also, when you think of Brandon Sanderson or Larry Niven or Orson Scott Card, you just think of these are the guys at the pinnacle. They're the best of the best. But you don't realize they all had a beginning as well. So what is that beginning? You can find out, wow, that's not too different than me. When you realize that, what made them become the best is that they could not do it. They persisted. You know, they kept on writing and they kept on getting better, and they just persisted and persisted and persisted. And some will say, yeah, it was a lucky break. Well, you make your own breaks, you know, from hard work. Like Joe definitely knows this and what he's done. Like this show is as popular as it is because he's made it popular. He's been doing it for what, 20, how many years?
Yeah, we've been doing radio 28 years now. It's just through sheer will, I guess. But you know, out of the self-publishers, Dean Wesley Smith impresses me because Dean is doing it from sheer will. Dean and his wife, I should say. I don't want to give him all the credit because now I know it's not all him. But
yes, Dean and Chris.
He is an outgoing, you know, pushy SOB, and he wants to get his stuff out there. And you can be pushy if you have good stuff. If you don't, you can't be pushy. But if you got good stuff, you know, somebody asked me one day, why should I take your radio show on? I said, here, why don't you go take a listen and call me back? He said, you're on, you start tomorrow. And the difference is because if you're putting out quality material, people are going to want it. Remember, we all absorbed everything we could find during COVID, everything. I mean, the whole planet was like a giant sponge, just sucking stuff in. Well, now we need new stuff. You know, we need new stuff to look at. We need new stuff to read. We need stuff to be around. I mean, the amount of stuff, every time I talk to someone over at Netflix, all I hear is, oh, you know, you got a good book, Joe? I'm like, yeah, I work for Writers of the Future. I said, I'm hooked up with Writers of the Future. Why don't you go listen to some of the books, read some of them? They're like, they need so much stuff and they can't really find it. That's why we're seeing so many remakes of everything, rewrites of everything. It's just, it's hard. It's hard to find original material. So original material, if you're original and it's good, you know, it may take a little while to get it up there if nobody knows who you are, but once it's out there, it'll do fine on its own. Remember, the internet is, and don't forget social media. It's a pain in the butt in the beginning, but once people get to know you have stuff there, because people are going to want to be able to look on your X page, they're going to want to be able to look on your Facebook page, they're going to want to be able to look on your Instagram page, and they're going to want to be able to look on your I forgot the other one now, but it's
well, there's TikTok and there's YouTube and there's Blue Sky.
Yeah.
You know, the main problem also, like you've got people that does stuff for you, but
yes,
you know, for an author, I recommend one, maybe two, but don't get, because otherwise you're going to be so distracted.
I would honestly tell you to start with X and then go to TikTok and then move to Instagram and to Facebook, because Instagram and Facebook are good, but right now, thanks to crazy Elon and because he's really pushing it hard over there. So there's a lot of people listening, wanting to just absorb stuff. And of course, TikTok is insane with the way they pick up stuff. I mean, usually I put up my damn Chihuahua has a TikTok following of 36,000 people now. She's all she does is chew on stuff. I mean, give me a break, man. It's not even like we're doing anything for real. She pulled some brownie around on the bed, got 16,000 hits. I mean, 15,000 hits. I was like, wow. But it just shows you how desperate people are for material. Yeah. They just want it. Now I can't get on TikTok as much because I'm too busy with other stuff. And eventually I'll put one of our cronies over there doing it. But Twitter, I mean, X does fine, you know, and different hosts are in different stuff. And the other part is every one of our hosts has their own TikTok and YouTube pages. So that alone spreads us out all the place. But what I think you're going to find the best out of everything you're going to learn there is there's a way for each person. So my first year, I was a little confused when I went because the two guys who were talking about writing were arguing with each other. I was like, what the hell? So I had to sit down and listen.
He's talking about the workshop.
I'm talking about the workshop. I'm talking about the workshop. And actually it was Dean Smith and Todd McCaffrey. And they were having a discussion on how you should sell yourself to the world. Basically the conversation we just had. Two entirely different views on it. So you're gonna get to see a lot of different views on stuff. So you can find what fits you the best. Yeah. You know, it's which path you should maybe start out on because it might fit you the best. It's one of the best.
Are you still practicing, Joe?
Oh yes. I'm a practicing.
Yeah, he's a youngster.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you retire, so if you're So right now, writing is a part-time thing. It's what you do right now.
Right. What I do for fun. I wake up in the morning, I write before I go to work. During my lunchtime, I will do, call back patients and do the things I have to do. But then if I can get 20 minutes in, I'll do that. And at the end of the day, if my wife is reading a book, I'll be writing a book. And again, it's a way that I relax. So
That's cool.
it's not work.
That's a good thing, man. You know what? I'm gonna tell you a little secret. As a general contractor, my whole life made a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie to you. Somewhere 27, 28 years ago, somebody offered me a radio show, and I looked at them like they were stupid. Like, really? What you want me to do?
Mhm.
Really? I mean, first show I ever did, I got in an argument with my guest. Very first show, 2-hour show, got a big argument with the guest. But then I found out I really, really, really liked it.
Mhm.
So now I had something I liked and could make money off of. I was
Sure.
like, wait a minute. I didn't give it the contract until this year, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be able to do something you really. But being a doctor, I mean, you must enjoy being a doctor. I know it can
Oh,
be
I love
hectic.
it.
I know.
It is such an honor to be able to take part in people's lives and to help them with their health. I mean, there's really nothing more important than our health. And, again, I think it's helped me be a better writer, to be a good listener. And I mentioned it earlier, to kind of hear the stories that people tell and to see how they put them together. And, I don't put my patients as characters in my stories, but again, that ear for dialogue, I think has helped me a lot with my writing.
That's important to be able to get dialogue right is so important because you can have a great storyline, and if somebody doesn't know how to do dialogue, it just totally botches it. It's a total turnoff.
Mhm.
I've got, it's just I've interviewed a lot of authors over the years on the podcast. So what type of stuff do you like to write?
So I write the full breadth of speculative fiction. So I'll do science fiction, fantasy, and horror.
Cool.
I enjoy all of them in different ways. The story I wrote for Writers of the Future, this one was a fantasy story.
Well, you weren't first place, were you? Or were
I
you
was
first place?
not. No,
Good. So
no.
you can describe your story a little bit.
Sure. So, it's a story about how a girl's childhood friendship with a blue dragon becomes the defining thread of her life, leading her across decades of resistance, heartbreak, and hope as she fights to set him free. He's the first and only dragon in America, and he's in the Bronx Zoo. And over her lifetime, she grows up watching him. And as kind of society progresses, he's not treated very well. People are afraid of him, and they strip him away of his liberties. And so she becomes a crusader for animal rights, in this case for dragon rights. And the other thing, which was sort of a little different in the technique I used, is that it's an epistolary story. It's all done through texts, emails, journal articles. She becomes a journalist, so I have some of her actual articles that she publishes about the dragon in that. So it's all done through that type of an approach.
I get
That's
it.
cool. That's kind of cool. Can't wait to read it.
So you said you also, so that I've only read a few of the stories, but the book comes to me shortly to do the like the final read for approval.
Mhm.
And so I'll see them all then. But you said you also like to write near future.
Mhm.
Like that's he loves near
Yeah.
future. So what kind of near future?
Sure. So I have a short story that I'm sending around now for publication. It's about a physician who has a very difficult patient coming into the office, and in the next 50 to 100 years, doctors are fit with mods and brain plants and all these types of things. But this physician has to go back to old school, listening to the patient's heart and hearing their story to make the diagnosis when, all those other things fail her. So,
Sounds interesting. I'm always in for any kind of good stories. I'm as you can see,
mhm.
I always wait till they come
Sure.
out an audiobook. I'm not gonna lie to you. Well,
Yes.
it's because I'm well, no, it's not as bad today. Since I retired from construction, I got a little bit more time. to read, but the station seems to know I have more time and wants more attention, I guess. I don't know what it is.
Right.
It's like, hey, are you doing something today? Let's do some work on this. No. But we have a great station manager, so I don't have to worry about a lot of it. But I'm always like near now sci-fi, near now fantasy, anything close by that can give us a glimpse of what might be coming. Because I hate to say this, but a lot of the stuff predicted in the future, I'm like the flying car, which I'm still waiting for in 2025. I'm waiting for my flying bleeping car. But there's other stuff besides that, and that should be here now, and it's not. So
That's
I
right. If
noticed,
George Jetson could have a flying car, why not you?
that's right. You damn it. I'm damn right about that. But that's the point. I mean, there's so many people who predicts the future who get it so wrong, and then there are people though, while they're writing fantasy, they get it right. Matter of fact, I just got through with Mission Earth, and I got to tell you, there's a lot of satire in there, and it's really close to the politics we deal with today. I was quite surprised by that because the book was not exactly written yesterday.
No, it was written in the 80s, and then it was science fiction satire. Now it can be reshelved into current events.
Yeah, I mean, the satire in there is immense, and when you're listening to him, because I mean, he's from another world anyway. When you're listening, you're like, wow. And who was looking at the future? But you know what? Sometimes I wonder if Roddenberry didn't have a little thing that looked into the future. Not on all of this stuff, just a little bit stuff. And then who did take in? I can't think of his name. He's very famous producer himself. Man, it went right out of my head. I think he did Star Wars or something. But
George Lucas.
No, I don't think it was Star Wars. Anyway, it'll come to me one of these days. But I was very impressed by the amount of research they did, that how much they got right versus how much they got wrong. And it's just nice to see authors include that in their text. For me, it helps. It makes it more realistic to me, so I can enjoy it more. I can't say that for everybody, but it does for me. And and I also like to see where we might be headed. You know, I mean, if you look around on the planet today, it's let's flip a coin. Let's flip a coin. Let's flip a coin. It depends on who's flipping the coin, where we're going to. That's the scary part. So I'm just ready for something new. I'm ready for something good.
I think science fiction. Oh,
good.
Yeah. So Joe, so I'm just curious, on the stories you write, how do you deal with your research versus just mocking up stuff? You know, because you've got, obviously you're very knowledgeable, just having gotten your diploma as a doctor. But
sure.
How do you do your research?
Yeah, so I use online research quite a bit, and I've written I wrote a fantasy story that took place in Northern Ireland, and I've never been to Northern Ireland, but I can go and see the sights of Northern Ireland through the internet, and I can get a sense of what's there, and I can do research about the people and the way they spoke, and so I find that's very helpful.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of the things I do, I try to ground in the day-to-day life, again, to look at I think, the best type of fiction is looking at, and the reason why I like speculative fiction is you're looking at ordinary people doing extraordinary things or being in an extraordinary environment. And I think when people can relate to that, when they can see themselves in that, so I like to try to put real people in my stories that they can, so people can enjoy that.
That's cool.
It's a good way of doing it.
Total flip question. So you'll be coming out here in April. What are you most looking forward to coming out in April?
So I am 100% looking forward to meeting both the judges and my fellow winners. And I have a feeling that I am going to learn so much from all of them.
You will.
It's again, people who I've read my entire life. I have to say, Robert Sawyer, I've probably read almost everything he's written, and really enjoyed that. Orson Scott Card has also been a big influence in my writing. Nnedi Okorafor, I love her writing. It is just, it's so different from a lot of the other things that I've read, and Hugh Howey, I loved his series. There's just so many people. but also just talking to the people, my fellow winners, and to get their take on things, because everyone has their own perspective. And I found I have a small writing group I work with, and I learned so much from them. I'm hoping to do the same in Hollywood.
You'll make lifelong friends too. There's also an event that's
Yeah.
just really special. You've got the big gala that's going to be, just kind of like it's once in a lifetime thing there. But there's another one that's really special, which is the big reveal.
Yeah.
And that's where all the illustrators put their paintings up on easels, and then they're standing in the back of the room, and then we open the door and the writers come in. You have to walk up to find your painting, walk up to it. And as soon as you stand by it, then the illustrator comes up and introduces themselves. And this is after the first day. And it's always emotional because the illustrator is like, oh, is he going to like it? Are they going to think this? Are they going to think that? Did I get it right? They're so stuck in their heads on it. But the writer also is, could they get something out of my story? Is there something that they could actually get? So on both sides, everybody's kind of like introverted into it. And then when they meet each other, there's so much emotional release that occurs, that the writer says, oh my God, that's better than I could possibly have imagined what he or she or it looked like. And the illustrator is just really relieved that the author liked it and thinks that it's really nice, and it's very rare that an author will get especially for a short story, will get its own piece of artwork. But even when you do a novel, to get something that's that art directed for your book is like, it doesn't happen that often. So
yes, no, I've heard of that, and that episode is being very powerful, and I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, it was it's a very emotional thing. It's so far I haven't seen anybody get it wrong, but maybe one day somebody might. It looks like they go in, start looking at the pictures. Pretty soon they're all in there, all crying and hugging it. But I mean, it's really. I said that, but I mean, it's really a good thing. Everybody's really happy. There's lots and lots of photos, lots of videotape. I mean, between the three of us that are in there taping, there's lots and lots of it.
Yes.
It's so you're going to get to see yourself, cry over and over and over.
Yeah, there's going to be, if you have less than 200 pictures of yourself throughout the whole week, then somebody's not doing their job.
I'll take more than 200 pictures, and Believe will probably take twice that.
Yeah.
It's and the problem, we see y'all at different times, so we snap a picture and see, what we're going to use later on down the line for something. Of course, some pictures we snap will never make it because, frankly, you might have your mouth wide open or snorting or something. Oh, look who's this! I know this lady. Who is this? Let me get up close.
There we go. I know her too. That's Emily. That's my wife here. She'll be one of the ones teaching the workshop.
Wonderful.
Yeah, she's the one that created.
I know this guy here too. Why is this?
Yeah,
that's John. If we could get a picture, it's and there's Jody Lanai.
Yeah, Emily's the one that actually created the online workshop.
Oh, this is the damn gala. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that was very helpful. Again, early as I was kind of getting honorable mentions, being able to go through that workshop, it really helped me bring up to the silver honorable, and then eventually, this position here.
Yeah. How many times did you enter?
I'd say so over 5 years. So probably about 20 times. And of those, maybe a dozen honorables and 2 silvers. And then when Joni called me with a finalist, I was shocked. First of all, I was shocked. She was calling me at 7:00 at night on a Saturday night. I'm thinking this woman is like the hardest working person on the West Coast.
The whole bunch of them. You're not going to meet anybody there that isn't hard working. I can tell you that now.
Sure.
Yeah.
When you get out to meet the group, the family, as I like to call them, they're personally, and I've said this a million times, I have no idea how they're as patient as they are. Especially the first year I met them when they had 48 winners out there. I was like, Lord have mercy. How do you not kill somebody? Because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of egos. You got to remember, I mean, illustrators and authors have egos. People don't even stop to think about that part. I mean, I know I personally have an ego. John's just a sweet thing, him, but the rest of us have egos. But it was amazing to watch them do this. I think the first year for me, it was more amazing just to watch author services and them handle all of this the way they did. Because I was out there, I'm going to lie to you, I was out there to kick somebody in the butt, John will tell you. I ain't going to get into it tonight because we don't have the time, but that's what I was there for. I mean, I'm pressed.
Mhm.
And I was amazed. And then when I got to talking, because I lost count of how many interviews I did out there that year. And I was amazed at how many people were so happy to be there and had nothing negative to say. Do you know how rare it is for a human not to have something negative to say? I was stunned. I was like, so after that, I've become a big fan of theirs, and I've been there a few times now, so I know they're on the up and up. Now, I only went to find out if they were on the up and up because if I'm gonna push anybody or program anybody, and we have a lot of people listening to this station around the world, so I want to know who I'm talking about, and they're exactly what they said they were.
It was funny. He wanted to come. He figured he'd have a handler and stuff like that. And I just said,
"Oh yeah, that was the other.
I don't
thing.
have time for this."
That was the other thing because I told John I wanted to talk to everybody, author services, all the judges, all the, and I'm figuring they ain't gonna let me do this. Just some press guy. They ain't gonna let the shit. Whatever. Go ahead. I'm stopping people. Matter of fact, I'm in author services one day. And why does her name go out of my head? The blonde little girl is always behind the desk, John.
Sophie, the French one?
Yeah, Sophie. And she's such a sweetheart, too. I just stopped and started asking. She said, okay, let's talk. I'm like, am I getting you in trouble? She's like, no, we can talk. And then I stopped somebody else. Then I went across we were at the Roosevelt that year, and I was over there harassing people. And wait, it's even better than that. The freaking staff at the Roosevelt had nothing bad to say about them. They said nicest crowd they had in years. I was like, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. And but all said and done, I interviewed a bunch of judges, made friends with some judges, interviewed all the winners either there or after. And remember, they were individual. They could have said whatever they wanted to. They could have said, Joe, I think you're a bunch of bleep, 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 bleep. Not one. Not anybody talk, I can't ever say that nobody says nothing negative because I can't, vouch for everybody, but everybody I talked to only had positive things to say. And we're out there going to be pushing this. And I think the other part is watching the authors and the illustrators make friends. I first shot I get to see that as we do in January and February, we bring on 4 y'all at a time so y'all can each get to know each other. And I get to see y'all then I get to see you there, and then I get to see you afterwards. And it's like you can see the change in people down the line and how they've changed to do particular things. Now, us old people, it's a little slower. We're a little slower to change than them youngins is, but it is really an amazing thing to watch. And I actually personally have learned a ton about writing. Matter of fact, I was giving a lecture at Tulane just recently, and the guy said, "You're an author, right?" It's like, no. He said, "How can you not be an author? You know everything." I said, "That's too long of a story to get into." I said, "But I do a little press for writers of the future, and I've learned quite a bit. I've taken the course 3 times, and I have sat through all the classes at least twice." So that's in the back of my head. I'll never write a book, mind you, because it's not going to happen. But it's still, it does help me to understand what everyone is learning. And I'll tell you, like I tell everybody else, all the judges want you to talk to them. That's what they're there for. They'll go out of the way. If for some reason you ever feel nervous about approaching a judge and you see me, just tap me on the shoulder and I'll introduce you. I tell it to all the winners. Yeah, well, because sometimes people get a little. Like with Scott, when you talk, a lot of people when they see Scott Cord, they're like, "That's Orson Scott Cord." I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "That's Orson Scott Cord." I said, "Yeah, what about it?" Can I talk to him? He's like, "Orson, come here, Orson." Orson walks over and we start talking, and they're like, because that's what they really. I think that's the hardest thing to make everybody understand. They really want to talk to you. They really want y'all to leave there as the next group of authors or illustrators. They really, all of them, John included, the whole bunch. It's and personally, I hope y'all all get out there and get famous and get on a red carpet so I can come get red carpet interviews. That's all I'm saying.
That works.
But, you got anything you want to plug? Because I know we got to get out of here in a couple of minutes. But Anybody want to tell you love or any books? Oh, that's right. We can't plug nothing until after the conference.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this experience. It's been I had my first interview with one of the local papers in my town last week. It'll be on online next week, and then doing this podcast today. And I've gotten a couple of other people reaching out, so it's very surreal, to go from being an amateur writer to, rubbing shoulders with all these famous, legends in science fiction and fantasy.
And
Yeah.
if you want to impress Tim Powers, bring him a 12-pack of Coke. You did not hear that from me, okay? You did not hear that from me. Canned Coke.
Anyway, it's been great meeting you, Joe. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for being so facile on a schedule to be able to jump in here.
Yeah. No.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll just say one thing, you said about plugging, not to plug, but I do have a
No, you can
website.
plug all right. Yeah, go ahead.
josephsederi.com. And I think up until this point, probably just my mother and two other people in my neighborhood have logged on, but maybe afterwards other people will. I'm
So
somewhat
Joseph,
active.
JOSEPHSIDARI.com.
Yes.
Hey, Joe, send it to icar@cox.net, ICAR@cox.net.
Okay.
And I'll publish it to the site when I get up on there. But in the future, when you see me, not just me, any host, always bring up your website in the beginning. That way they can pull up on us. Because today, the way the internet works, we can just pull it up on the screen with us. So they can, that way it can be, we can put it in a corner or something. That way it's always up. Or in this, where did it go thingy?
Also, when you logged in there, it says your name and then it has whatever you want, whatever handle you want. You can also put there
you can put it on there.
JosephSedari.com. You can put it there. Like you see mine, John Goodman, host Writers of the Future podcast.
And then we can also put it down here.
That's a good pro tip.
Yeah. So that way, and I always ask a host if they once you get into a host about 5 or 8 minutes, ask him if he's read your book or if she's read your book. Main reason I ask hosts to do that is because it puts the host on his back feet, and they'll tend to be a lot nicer and a lot politer because they'll be like, well, I kind of just cruise through it. And that gives you control of the whole show after that. You can say and do whatever you want because most hosts will take the time, but see, I don't know how John does. John does a book a week every week. I'd have jumped out of a window somewhere if I had to do a book a week. It's audio book a week I could do. If I had to read a book a week, just shoot me, put me out of my misery. But yeah, just be sure to send it over and I'll post it to the website when I'll be on there sometime this weekend.
Great. Well, thank you.
No problem. But I know we got to get out of here, guys and girls. The chat's coming up next. I won't be on the chat tonight, guys. Nah, still got that nasty, painful hip. So once it goes away, I'll be back on there. Come to hang out with John because 2 hours isn't too bad,
Great.
Yeah,
well, Joe and John, thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity. Looking forward to getting to meet you in person in April and, to hopefully talk again sometime.
Absolutely. In the meantime, have a great, wonderful Christmas.
And I know, guys and girls, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and the author's Quill. And we'll see y'all next week. What do you mean? This show's on Saturday. Christmas won't mess with our schedule. It'll mess with the other show schedule that I host, though. Yes. So anyway, on that note, good night and stay tuned for the chat.